Let me ask you, are you about to take on the role of trustee and already feeling overwhelmed by everything you need to do? If so, you're not alone. Administering a trust after someone passes away can feel like trying to balance a checkbook while walking on a tightrope with 45 people all asking you, why aren't you done yet? But don't worry, today I'm sharing some practical tips to make the process smoother and hopefully a little less painful. Some of these are tips you might be familiar with, but I'll bet there's at least one you haven't heard of before. If you have your own tips or questions, let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, let's dive in. First things first, create a new email address specifically for the trust administration. This may sound trivial, but trust me, it is a game changer. As a trustee, you'll be bombarded with emails from attorneys, accountants, financial planners, and banks, not to mention countless notices and statements. Having all these communications in a separate inbox will help you stay organized and prevent important emails from getting lost in the clutter of your personal account. Plus, when it comes time to search for something specific, you don't want to be sifting through an inbox full of spam and shopping emails. Here's a bonus tip. Keep the email address simple and easy to remember. For example, if you're administering the Bethel Family Trust, create something like betheltrustadmin@gmail.com. It's clear, concise, and ensures that you only use it for trust-related matters. Next up, get comfortable using spreadsheets. Tools like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets will be your best friend throughout the trust administration process. For example, you will need to track all the trust's accounts and assets from bank accounts to IRAs, log every transaction, including incoming and outgoing funds, and monitor key deadlines, such as the timelines for beneficiary notices or even tax filings. For example, when you send out required notices to beneficiaries, log the delivery date in a spreadsheet. Then set up a formula to automatically calculate when the challenge period ends, 120 days after delivery. This way, you always know exactly when it's safe to proceed with distributions. Speaking of notices, here's a critical step many people often overlook. Notify all heirs and beneficiaries within 60 days of the decedent's death. This is a legal requirement in California, and it starts the clock on the 120-day period beneficiaries have to contest the trust. If you fail to send these notices or fail to include a copy of the trust and will, the challenge period can be extended by an additional 60 days. So get those notices out early, and here's your tip. Send them by certified mail with a return receipt or by some method that gives you a delivery receipt. That way, you have proof of delivery and you can track those deadlines in your beautiful spreadsheet. I have a video where I discuss the trustee notice in great detail, so I'll link to that in the corner and description if you want to know more there. But with that, as I mentioned earlier, you'll also need to keep meticulous records of all money coming in and going out of the trust. While you can keep a handwritten ledger for quick notes, I highly recommend using online banking tools to simplify the process, or at the very least, a spreadsheet. Most banks let you download transaction histories directly into an Excel or comma-separated value file, which you can open in Excel. This saves you from manually entering each transaction, and with just a few tweaks, you can create a clean and professional general ledger. Beneficiaries are entitled to see this information, so having a detailed and accurate record will save you headaches and a massive amount of time later. Plus, your accountant will love you, your attorney will love you, and you are less likely to get pushback or second guesses when you are able to present clean and clear information to beneficiaries. Do it right or do it twice. Here's an often overlooked tip. Keep all communications in writing. I know it might feel too formal or even strange to insist on emails or letters, but it protects everyone involved. Written communications create a paper trail documenting who said what and when. This is invaluable if disputes do eventually arise. For example, if the trust owns a motorcycle and you need to sell it, send an email to all beneficiaries stating, if anyone wants the motorcycle, please let me know by, X date. Otherwise, it will be sold on X date. This ensures everyone is on the same page and eliminates misunderstandings. Trust administrations generate a mountain of paperwork. Bank statements, bills, tax forms, legal notices. Instead of drowning in paper, move everything to digital storage. Create a folder system on your computer or cloud storage like Google Drive. For example, one folder for accounts to be closed, subfolders for each account, like Bank of America checking, and a separate folder for completed tasks such as closing accounts or paying bills. This keeps everything neat, accessible, and ultimately clutter-free. Plus, digital files are easy to share with attorneys, accountants, or beneficiaries if the need does arise. Now, I know I just told you to go digital, but here's a bit of irony. Keep a physical notebook for quick notes. When you're juggling calls with attorneys, banks, and utility companies, it's easy to forget details. Jotting things down in a pocket-sized notebook ensures you always have key information right at your fingertips. Think of it as your personal cheat sheet for trust administrations. Once your notes are no longer needed, you can digitize or discard them, but during the process, they'll be a lifesaver. For example, I have a little notebook here that comes with me everywhere I go. It's very small, fits in the pocket, and I even have a tiny little pen that goes inside of it. With that, I jot everything down in here because I'm not going to trust myself to remember everything. And especially if I was dealing with something new, like a trust administration or even a probate case, all this stuff would be new to me. So with that, writing things down is going to be the best way to protect not only yourself, but also ensure your own sanity. Finally, don't be afraid to hire professionals. Whether it's an attorney, accountant, financial planner, or a realtor, these experts can help make your life a whole lot easier. For example, an attorney can handle beneficiary notices, answer legal questions, and guide you through the process. An accountant can manage trust taxes and create detailed accountings, and a realtor can handle the sale of any real estate from staging to closing. Yes, hiring costs money, but it's often worth it to save time, reduce stress, and ensure everything is done correctly. Plus, it will also help put beneficiaries at ease knowing that there are professionals involved to help the process get done correctly and in a timely manner. Administering a trust is no small task, but with the right tools and strategies, you can make it manageable and maybe even a little painless. From creating a dedicated email address to keeping detailed records and seeking professional help, these tips will help you stay organized to avoid common pitfalls. Remember, keeping detailed notes will save the day, and that, in conjunction with only written communications, might just save you from a lawsuit at some point too. However, now it's your turn. Did I mention something you hadn't thought of? Or do you have your own tips for trust administrations or even probates? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with anyone navigating a trust admin or a probate. I'm attorney Andrew Bethel, and I'll see you at our next meeting.